Pinakamalaking naitulong po ng build change sa amin, pagkakaroon namin ng bahay. Kung sa amin lang, di namin siguro kakayaning magkaroon ng bahay na ganun.
Hindi na po kami takot sa anumang darating na kalamidad. Alam namin na matibay yun. Kasi alam namin safe na kami dun sa bahay.
Sabi ko nga, habang nakatayo itong bahay, hindi ko maaaring kalimutan yung build change.
Because of its location at the Pacific Ring of Fire in the Pacific Typhoon Belt, the Philippines is vulnerable to typhoons and earthquakes. With climate change exacerbating the number and severity of typhoons in the country, Build Change Philippines has taken the path towards preventive measures to build better before disaster strikes. In the aftermath of Super Typhoon Yolanda's devastation in 2013, Build Change Philippines partnered with homeowners, private organizations, and other NGOs to build disaster-resilient houses and schools in vulnerable communities in Samar. After 8 years, these resilient structures have greatly reduced disaster-related deaths, injuries, and economic losses in emerging nations like the Philippines.
Appropriate engineering details are used such that it can resist the high winds during typhoon or the intensity of shaking during earthquakes.
What we do is introduce resilient housing to the communities, to the homeowners, to the builders, so that they understand the value of having a resilient house. And what Build Change advocates is the entire country, particularly those most vulnerable areas facing the Pacific Ocean, those provinces would have more resilient houses.
For homeowners who experienced the onslaught of Super Typhoon Yolanda, losing their homes and their livelihood was a nightmare they would soon want to forget.
Hindi naman masyadong malakas yung bagyo na dumarating. Yung bahay namin ay gawa sa pawid at saka sa plywood. Pero nang dumating yung bagyong Yolanda, lahat sira, wash out lahat. Akala nga namin mamamatay na kami.
Ang akala ko, hindi masisira yung bahay namin kasi bato po yun. Yun pala, wala, wasak lahat.
Sabi ko, alam mo gagawin natin, pati yung mga namin sa paghanap buhay, mga bangka, lahat sira. Saan ko tayo titira? Napaiyak talaga kami.
As a non-profit social innovator, Build Change developed the theory of change. According to founder and CEO Dr. Elizabeth Hausler, Build Change overcomes the three main barriers to the adoption of safe housing. These three barriers are people, money, and technology. The first barrier Build Change overcomes is people. People should want to live in a safe house.
Ang tanong sa amin, gusto rin yung magkaroon ng bahay, matibay. Sabi ko, oo ba? Bakit hindi?
Nang dumating yung Build Change, syempre natuwa kami. Magkakaroon kasi kami ng bahay kasi ang sabi nila konkreto.
The second barrier is money. People have to have access to enough financing. If they can't afford to build safely, then they won't.
Hindi kami makapagpagawa ng konkreto na bahay kasi wala kaming pera.
Kasi kung kami lang, kahit siguro ugod-ugod na kami, hindi namin kaya talaga yun na makapagpatayo ng ganyang bahay.
Build Change works closely with microfinance institutions situated in vulnerable areas to provide loans to strengthen their homes. The third barrier is about technology. Build Change doesn't bring in new building technology. Build Change improves on what's already common, locally available, culturally appropriate, and preferred by the homeowners. Build Change makes small changes to those existing ways of building.
Mahalaga yung matibay na bahay para sa akin kasi safe yung pamilya ko, yung mga anak ko, lalo na kapag may mga kalamidad na dumarating, lalo na yung bagyo.
Hindi kagaya nung mga unang panahon, doon pa kami sa baba, nakabado talaga kami pag masama ang panahon. Wala, hindi namin naramdaman yung bagyo. Okay na kami, safety kami doon. Hindi na rin kami nabasa. Nagpapasalamat kami ng marami sa mga na magkaroon kami ng pabahay.
Kahit paano, paraos, hanggang sa dumating na ito. Laking saya namin. Na yung Build Change sa amin. Napakalaking bagay ito sa amin. Kaya sa buong buhay ko, hindi ko makakalimutan ang Build Change.
What is more evident is that super typhoons are becoming more frequent. And it is more important for everyone to have safer structures when we have stronger, more powerful typhoons in the future. And that's what Build Change does, advocating, realizing, and scaling up our dream of having a safe home for every Filipino.